25,000, 7, and 500. $25,000 is the amount of money I had to liquidate last month. 7 years was the friendship that ended. $500 was what's in my business account. I was struggling, guys. Business is hard. And it's going to happen. The foreseen and the unforeseen. I need help. Which led me to this. Anybody know what this is? I'll give you $1,000, other than Cody. This is Japanese. In Japanese, this is Shabari. Has anybody heard Shabari? I bet you somebody does. They just don't want to raise their hand. This is a Japanese. In the simplest terms, it means tying or being roped, like in a kinky way. And this is exactly what I walked into when I first came to the abundance camp 2 weeks ago. Is somebody tied up, getting moved around, some dominatrix stuff. I said, man, I'm not used to this type of roping. Rope a steer, but, well, anyways. See, I was seeking for something, and I ended up finding this abundance camp from somebody that I just randomly met in Austin a month before. I said, this is going to be right by you in Northern California, up in the Redwoods. And I got done doing a MC event for a local competition, and I was exhausted, but I was searching. I was struggling. I needed something. So I got in my car. I drove 5 hours, 280 miles. Didn't get there until 11 o'clock at night. And the first thing I see is people roped up. I'm like, cool. How much is it to be here? They said $700 a night. Here's $700. And again the next night, here's another $700. Now, why on earth would I be spending $700 to watch somebody else get roped up? No. The thing was, I was seeking something. I was in need of something. And there was a value to that. And so my question to you guys is, what are you struggling with? See, when it comes to sales, you first have to understand what you're struggling with. How do you get to what you struggle with? And so this is what I'm going to do. You all know, if you have seen me present before, you're going to do work here. Guys, this isn't just listening to me. So pull out your pen, pull out your piece of paper, cross your fingers that I don't call you out. And this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to put a timer on the clock. And for 2 minutes, I want you to write down a single word of what you may be struggling with. So I don't want it to be long. If it's, man, my finances are really tough within the gym right now, finances. And money is really not coming in, money. Coaches, relationship, elbow, body. I just want you guys for 2 minutes, anything and everything you're struggling with, I'm giving you a full opportunity to write anything and everything down that you might be struggling with. 2 minutes, go. Okay, guys, go ahead, wrap that up. Who got at least one thing down on your paper? Okay, all right, that's good. We got one thing. This is what I want you to do. I want you to take a look at that list, and I want you to find the 3 things that you're struggling the most with. I gave you 2 minutes to be able to write a bunch of words. And I just want you, what are the ones that pop out on the paper? First thing, Just circle it. What are the 3 things? Now we got a list. I want you to put a star next to the thing that is the biggest struggle right now. It's okay, whatever it is. Anybody put money down as a struggle? Finances? What about time? Anybody put time down? Oh, there we go. Do me a favor, we're going to do some more work here. I want you to do this. Underneath that list, I want you to take the biggest thing you're struggling with. And what I want you to do is I want you to put dear whatever you're struggling with. Dear time, dear money, dear injuries, dear body, dear insecurities, whatever it is. And I want you guys, just for a quick second, I'm going to give you another 2 minutes. Write a letter. Write a letter to that struggle. Dear money. What about it? Have you ever talked to that struggle? Have you ever given it space? We're going to do it right now. All right, if you guys are still writing, keep going. Finish it all the way through. Not seeing a lot of eyeballs, that means you got a few things to say about that struggle. But we actually haven't sat down and talked to that struggle. Maybe we believed it in ourselves, that's us, but we actually haven't separated it and talked to money and talked to time, talked to insecurity, talked to your body. I want you to do me a favor. You just wrote that down. At the very bottom of your letter to your struggle, I want you to put an emotion. What's the emotion after writing that down? Is it fear? Is it doubt? Is it tension? Is it anxiety? Is it nervousness? Is it excitement? Is it doubt? What is it? What emotion? And then I want you to do me a favor. I want you to put a scale to that emotion. 10 would be very high. Like, man, this is really ramping me up. 1 would be like, nah, it's all good. And if it's a 1, you actually didn't pick a struggle. Who wants to be my example? I know Tanya will. It's the ones that are raising their hands, I want to keep their hands down. Because I'm like, wait a second, you all did the mindset. This is good. This is good. You know what, Jason, since you're a freshie, come on up, man. Come on up. Jason and I have known each other for a long time. He lives close to me in Truckee. He's an invited guest, so y'all treat him real nice now. So, Jason, what I want you to do is I want you to just read it verbatim, okay, what you wrote down.
Dear membership, what are the things I can do to make you stronger? Are there things I'm doing that are hindering your success? Without your strength, we are nothing. My emotion was sad, and I put it at 8.
Actually, hold on this.
Okay.
Yeah, give him a round of applause, you guys. Like it up in the. How long have you been struggling with membership?
I mean, since we've started, it never has been to where I thought it should be.
That's right.
I would say maybe it's arrogance. I just thought we're going to do a good job and we're going to kick ass and we're going to be full and thought everything would be fine. And I didn't really need to do all that other stuff. I just need to coach and play some good music and make people fit.
Isn't it great that he's here, guys? You know? What was the emotion?
Sad.
Scale 1 to 10.
I gave it an 8.
Okay. So this is something that weighs on you.
It does because, sorry, I'm losing my voice a little bit. It makes me sad because it's given me my health and my people and my family. And when I don't have more people that I can give that same thing to, I feel sad for them. Cool. And I would say that I've had a pretty big, feeling the impact of what we do because of being in Vegas and you walk around out there and you see people who are very unhealthy, and I see people, my wife and I were talking about a guy that we saw last night, maybe 4 or 5 years he has left in his life.
Yeah.
And I'm like, oh man, I wish I could just help that person.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, my emotion is sad because I love this so much.
Yeah. Thank you so much. Yeah. Give him a round of applause, you guys. Thanks, man. That's it. Now I want you guys to do me another favor. We're still working here. Isn't this fun? This is great. Who's up next? What I want you to do, and this is a good example, Jason, this is a good example. I want you to write another letter. I want you to write to the opposite of that struggle. And use adjectives to describe what it feels like. So let me give you an example with Jason's. Dear thriving membership, you have given me so much. And explain and give in adjectives, what would that letter be to the thriving side of your struggle? I want you to write it out. Another 2 minutes. And be descriptive. Use words that feel empowering. And this might be the first time that you've ever spoken like this to that struggle. Okay, go ahead and wrap it up. If you're still writing, keep go ahead, keep writing. Who found this part more challenging than the struggle? Writing it out. Okay. Who found writing out the struggle being harder? All right, some more hands. Okay. Well, I need an example. So Becca, you look totally ready to go. Come on up. Bring your notebook. Give Becca a round of applause. It's scary getting up on stage, guys. Like, talking about your personal stuff and what you want. You ready?
Yeah.
I got you.
Thank you.
Okay, read it as it is.
Okay. Dear confidence and courage, you have given me the power to change the trajectory of my life. I'm able to provide for my family and build a lasting legacy in my community without any semblance of regret. I'm changing lives and taking action without fear of failure. I'm able to fulfill my potential as a human being and do what I was put on this earth to do while helping others do the same. I know my value and proudly lean into it. I'm the person I've always wanted to be.
Round of applause. Let me ask you, what's the emotion you're feeling right now?
Proud? Is that an emotion?
Yep, we're gonna call that
Proud.
emotion. Yep. Scale of 1 to 10.
8 to 9.
Okay. How's the body feeling right now?
Shaky.
Yeah, up on stage, guys. We could be talking all kinds of confidence. You get the lights in your eyes, and all of a sudden, it's, oh man, a little shaky. I want you guys to do the same thing. Put down the emotion. Make sure you give it a scale, 1 to 10, and give Becca a round of applause one last time. Thank you. So let's talk about it, guys. What would we do there? Why'd we do it? Just to let you know, that's the first time I've ever done it. I'm feeling real good about it. That worked out really well. Sometimes when you do it like this, you just don't know what's going to happen. And I love it. What we just did, you guys, is we found the struggle, the value that you are actually willing to invest into. See, when I was up in the Redwoods, there was a certain value of being there and connecting with people. That's why you guys are here right now as well. You paid a lot of money to be able to get to this point because why? You saw a value. Maybe you've been here before. And you had a certain emotion because you connected with another owner and you're like, holy shit, I'm not alone. What is that worth to you? The question that we have to ask ourselves is, if I'm willing to invest $700 a night to sleep on a cot with no AC, no heat, nothing, there must be an inherent value. See, $700, I could go stay at the Ritz, but I was sleeping on a cot because there was a value that I saw of going there that I was willing to invest in, because there was an emotion that I was seeking. I knew what I was feeling. I know where I wanted to go. And I was willing to pay anything to get to that point. And here's the part that nobody likes hearing. Nobody cares about CrossFit when they walk through your doors. Nobody cares about your coaching. Nobody cares about your facility. Nobody cares about your systems. When they first walk through the door, you know what they care about? Can you solve my hell? The thing that I'm struggling with, the thing that I'm feeling, the emotion inside of me that I just cannot stand anymore. That insecurity of looking at my body. That fear of not being able to be there for my grandkids. See, guys, we get too caught up in, well, let me talk to you about a clean and jerk. See, we don't just do single unders, we do double unders. Nobody gives a shit, you guys. You know what they care about? Do I feel seen, safe, and heard? Can you make somebody feel seen, safe, and heard when they walk through your affiliate doors? Man, you hear me. That's exactly what I want. How did you know that? And when it comes to sales, there's a psychology of being able to get to that point, to get somebody to say, 100%, you nailed it. If you can get somebody to say, you nailed it, that's exactly what I wanted. Sales is easy. When it comes to psychology of sales, there's a couple things I want you guys to think of first. Take yourself out being a salesperson. How many people think that salespeople are icky? Feels weird, right? You're trying to pressure me into this, and I don't want to, and I don't know if I want to. That's a defensive stance. What we have to do is we have to come in, we have to disarm that. So be uniquely who you are, which is a coach. You're here to solve. A doctor doesn't have to sell you on something. They go, tell me more. Tell me more. I need to know more. Because I'm here to heal. And so are you.
If you're enjoying this content, please subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also, if you're interested in what we do in Affiliate University, there's going to be a link somewhere around this video. Book a call. We'd love to talk to you about how we can help you build a better box.
Make sure that you know that you are the expert, that you have the solution. But you have to take the stance that I am that person. That person that does that thing right there, I do it better than anybody else. And this is what happens with a lot of you guys when I'm reviewing your guys' homework. And it says, hey, what makes you different from your competitor? And you guys, here's what makes me different. I have a clean gym. I have great coaching. And I'm passionate about what I do. I'm like, shit, along with every other person. How is that really separating you from anybody? It's not. So you want to be the thorn in the foot doctor. You want to be so precise. You know, like that thorn in your foot, let me ask you, does it hurt when you walk? Yeah. What about when you try to put a sock on? Does it snag? Yeah, how did you know? Yes, it does. It's like sting when you're in the shower. Oh, this is perfect. I'm the thorn in the foot doctor. I do exactly that. Let me tell you exactly how I'm going to solve it. But if I said I was a foot doctor, I missed it. If I said I'm just a doctor in general, I missed it again. You're the authority, guys. Put yourself at a hierarchy. I have the solution. Whether you want to come or not, it does not bother me. But when we're all of a sudden like, no, okay. No, come in, I need you. Whether your membership's high, low, or indifference, you have to hold yourself at a higher spot. Yeah, I don't know if we're actually a good fit. I don't know if this is actually gonna work. What's gonna happen there? Well, let me prove myself to you. No, I'm a good fit for this gym. Let's before anything, I got a few questions. You guys got to know, does anybody know the attachment theories? All right, we got Ashley's like, I know it because I know my attachment theory, okay? All right? You have an anxious attachment and avoidant attachment. About 50% of the population is an anxious attachment, meaning they want to be attached. And if you trait just a little bit of avoidance, you know what they want to do? No, don't leave me. Right? Anxious attachment is the person that sends 6 text messages in a row. And yet some of you guys are like, oh shit, that's me. I now know I'm an anxious attachment. Damn. But you actually can leverage that by, again, creating a little space. You know, I'm not exactly sure if this is the right fit. Staying curious. There's 3 steps to sales that I've used for a very long time. And we literally just did it with you guys. I just walked you through it. I said, cool, write down all your problems. And you guys wrote down all your problems. Then the next step is, I have to create a gap. You think that where you're at and your solution is this close. It's not. I have to drive a gap. And I have to ask the right questions to create a gap. So all of a sudden, something that seems like it's just a step becomes a canyon. And go, oh shoot, I'm gonna need help. Way more help than I thought. And then last is build the bridge. This is an important part. You need to be a very good storyteller. And it takes practice. So let's dive into each one. Find the problem. We talked about this, you guys, in the last mastermind. See, it's not actually a problem. What is it? Opportunity. Yep, that's right. An opportunity is actually a solution. I have the solution. I have the solution. Your problem, I have the solution. You have to believe that that is you. Focus on one thing. When you're in finding the problem, you guys, that's why I narrowed you down. I had to get to one thing. Because Becca, what was your one problem? Fear. So if I would have had her label all of those things out and I started attacking all of her different problems, would I actually get to the one thing that she wants to get over? No. I have to get to the one thing, you guys. And trust me, even if you just focus on one thing, it's not actually the one thing, but it's darn close. And you use this same technique, you're gonna get them to the point where like, you know what, I do need help. Because I could have grabbed something with Jason or Becca and gone, okay, not fear, give me a different one. Write a letter to it. And it would have intensified it and it would have made it big. When it comes to sitting down, I gave you guys a couple of examples of how to be able to start the conversation. And it can be as simple as, hey, tell me, why'd you come in today? Like, why'd you reach out? You guys, it's just that simple. Tell me, why did you call? Why did you say it? Why are you in? And then one of the best things that you can follow up with is, tell me more about that. Oh, you came in for fear? Oh, Becca, tell me more about that. What do you mean by fear? What And what fear? And where does that fear come from? How long have you been dealing with this fear? Is that fear something that's starting to impact your life? I'm asking questions, simple questions, to be able to find the problem. And then you can always end with that third one. Anything else going on? Because our job right here, guys, when it comes to find the problem, is you need to go, cool, let me get a list. Just like what I did with you guys. And then I'm gonna go, okay, what I'm actually hearing from you is that this is the thing that you're really struggling the most with. Is that true? If they go, well, nope, it's not true. If they go, yes, it's true. Listen to vocalics. Nope. Reject immediately. Nope, that's not it. We're not there. How about this one? Yeah, that one's bad. Got you. That's the one. We're going in. So now we find the problem, right? Again, we started off as the hierarchy. I don't know if this is going to work. And I'm damn good at what I do. My time's super valuable. And so I'm glad I'm with you, but I want to make sure that this is actually empowering for you too as well. So let's just, I'm not ready to commit here. Let me just back off. Tell me a little bit more. That psychology right there, where I'm just backing off, immediately people are going to start walking forward. No. But when you come in hot, hey, Jason, super awesome, so glad you're here today, right, at Dreamtown CrossFit, and we're going to show you everything and why you should be here. I'm going to be like, oh, sales pitch, wall comes up. I'm really uncertain. Next part, create the gap. If you guys gone through the mindset course, you all know. Curiosity kills conflict. You guys are really garbage at asking questions. Dave came up to me earlier today and he was like, you're the best question asker that I've ever met. I'm like, damn right I am. So should you. Stop making statements. Start asking a lot more questions. We have a rule with the mindset course, 3 questions to 1 statement. That's with your coaches, it's with yourself. If you can get good at asking 3 questions before you make a statement, this is going to give you the ability, the leverage. So when it comes to being able to create the gap, how do we ask the right questions to be able to create the gap? Now, I gave you 3 ones, and we're going to go over it. We have affirmations, we have open questions, and closed questions. And it's important to be able to know which ones should I ask at what time, okay? So very first thing, what did I say in the beginning? The most important thing is to make somebody feel seen, safe, and heard. You know how you can do that? You can go, man, Jason, I've been there before, bro. Really worrying about memberships. I actually remember when I only had 60 members and we were losing $30,000 a month. That was a really freaking scary time for me. I've just given the space to Jason and going like, I get it, man. That's really tough. I believe you right here is a really safe feeling. I didn't like that. I believe you. I hear you. I see you. Now people are going to start leaning into you. Second thing is an open question. Hey, Jason, can you tell me a little bit more? Why does membership matter to you? Hey, Becca, can you tell me a little bit more? Why is confidence so important to you? It's open. It's just giving them space. Let them talk. They don't want to hear you talk. Keep your mouth shut. You should do very, 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 very little talking. You do not have to prove yourself. Last is closed questions. That's a yes or no, guys. Closed questions, you're trying to get to a yes or no. And you need to get them to a yes or no. Do you feel like it's working? Well, and I will do this. I ask you a question. Do you feel like it's working, yes or no? This is where you can be firm, right? We all need that slap in the face every once in a while. And if we allow it to be soft, well, it's kind of working, and I think that I might be able to probably make a change if everybody who's in the mindset course, you all know exactly what's happening right now. You gotta make a hard decision. You wanna be here or you wanna be on here? You tell me. Is this working, yes or no? Do you wanna change, yes or no? And that's your job. Some people are like, oh, that feels uncomfortable. Get over yourself. This has to do with you, not them. Don't project your emotions or feelings on somebody else. You are not responsible for anyone else's emotions, only your own. I'm not telling you to be an asshole to people. But if somebody cannot receive a yes or no, which is a full sentence, by the way, yes and no is a full sentence. I do not have to explain myself after yes or after no. You do not have to do that. You can just say yes or no. And that's what you want to get them to say, because the most important thing is that they hear it. Is this working, yes or no? No. That right there makes their mind switch of like, it really isn't. But if you allow them to soft talk it, well, kinda, and blah, blah, you're losing them every time. Every time. Affirmations, open questions or closed questions. And you always follow up with an affirmation, whatever they give you. Is this working, yes or no? No. Man, thank you so much for being honest. I know that's probably really hard to be able to say that affirmation. Follow up with a question, whether it's open or closed. We create the gap, guys, because when we create a gap, we ask the right questions. And don't worry, I'm gonna give you guys a script, and so you guys, Katie's probably already sent it out. You guys are gonna have it, but you will see these exact questions that you are going to ask to create a huge gap. You want that thing to be Grand Canyon size, where there's like, I'm screwed. It's it. I'm forever gonna live in fear. I'm never gonna be able to solve my membership problem. Fantastic. I'm glad you're there. Why? I'm the expert. And I will get that thorn out of your heel. And I freaking guarantee it. And you must have the confidence to walk in and go, I'm the authority. Not everyone gets into Harvard. Let me ask you a few questions before I give you actually any more of my space. Because my time is valuable. That's why a majority of you guys, when I said, hey, is time one of your struggles? And all you guys put your hands out. Why are you giving it away so freely? Again, that's not a them issue, that's a you issue. When we build the bridge, this is story time. Now that I've gotten the questions, I've opened and closed, what I want you to do is I want you to first and foremost, celebrate where they're at. Hey, Rebecca, I first just want to acknowledge how proud I am of you to be able to come up on stage and be able to say, man, I have some fear. And then to be able to come to the spot and be able to talk about your confidence is really, really encouraging to me. So I just want to thank you about that. Celebrate where they're at. Give them courage right then. Then show the struggle. But what I heard from you, Rebecca, and I just want to make sure that you and I are on the same page, and I'm going to make this completely up because I didn't hear her fear, is that, Rebecca, you're in a place where you're really scared, and there's a lot of fear, and it feels like it's actually crippling your life a little bit. You find yourself pausing instead of moving forward. It's keeping you from the relationships that you want and actually the money that you want because you gave me X, Y, Z examples. What am I doing? They're going like, Tam, you're hearing me. Yeah, that's exactly it. Do you feel a little bit heard right now? And then the last thing I do is I paint the story of the solution. But what I really heard from you, Rebecca, is that you have a source of confidence that's inside of you, a confidence that you want to cultivate, that you want to water, that you want to continue to grow. And that with that confidence that you can actually see that your life will start changing and pivoting both in your relationships and your business to a point where you will actually have freedom in your time that you get to make the decision. Does that sound about right? She said, oh yeah, 100%. I'd like to shoot for 1,000%, because there will be people that are like, that's 1,000% correct. Or you just hit the nail on the head. When that happens, it's over. If they do not, and they go, well, hey, I must have missed something right there, because I don't feel like we're fully on the same page. And that's really, really important, because I can't necessarily help you, Rebecca, if we're not actually on the same page. So can you tell me a little bit more? I'm going right back to it. Open questions, closed questions, affirmations. Oh, there, I actually missed it. It's not fear, it's self-doubt. Sometimes it takes time and a rep to be able to get into it. Then we get to our 3-step process. What's our 3-step process? Make it simple, guys. Make it really, really, really simple. But you are now becoming the authority. No more questions. You are straight the authority. So now what I'm going to say to Rebecca is, Rebecca, you know what? This is perfect. We are made to be together, and I have all the tools to be able to help you go from fear to confidence. And so this is what we're going to do. The very first thing that we're going to do, we have a 3-step process. We're first going to do an onboarding, where I'm going to sit down with you and I'm going to explain to you exactly every single step along the way of our journey in the next 3 months. It's important that you guys give a date. You want them on 52 weeks? The next 52 weeks, 26 weeks, you tell them then, here's your journey, I'm painting it all the way through. You're now the authority. You're writing the prescription. And you have to be the authority. You are telling them exactly. You don't give them the option. Hey, so what do you think? What? You've just taken your hierarchy and you dropped it all the way down to the ground. So the next 3 months, you're going to know exactly what the plan is. Step 2 is we're actually going to get you into the plan. So we're going to get you into classes 4 days a week. We're also going to dial you into that nutrition plan I was telling you about. You remember that nutrition plan? Yep. We're going to get you into a nutrition plan, because I know that's going to help your back to goal. Awesome. And then the third step is I'm going to follow up in about 3 months, 2 months. We're going to sit down. We're going to have a personal one-on-one. I'm extending it out. I'm telling them exactly what's going to happen. You're going to start off here. You're going to go to this. You're going to go here. Guys, it doesn't have to be confusing. But you just give them a 3-step process. Boom, boom, boom. Here's your 3-step process. Here's how you're going to get to it. Now what I do, I took that gap, just built a bridge right over the top. But I had to tell them exactly what it was. All of this is great, guys. These techniques, these tools, to be able to find the problem, to be able to create the gap, to be able to build the bridge, this is all great. These are great tools. But the most important part of sales, you. What you feel like inside. You cannot be humble if you do not know your power. You cannot be humble if you do not know your power. If you do not know your power, you are not humble, you are just afraid. I should be able to sit down. I just did this just the other day. Sitting in the car, I asked Katie, what's your superpower? I ask this quite often. What's your superpower? What are you better than anybody else at? I know you know your superpower when you're like, boom, right here. If not, and you're shying away, I go, that's not humble. You're too afraid. Now, if I'm stepping into a sales where I'm supposed to be the hierarchy and I'm afraid because I don't know my power, we can't get anywhere. This weekend, guys, I really want you to be able to recognize your power. Know your power and utilize it to serve the world. There is nobody else like you. There's no other affiliate like yours. You are the greatest for that person right then. You are the answer and you are the solution. So do me a favor. I want you to go all the way back to your story. I want you to look at that is the opposite of your problem. That is the solution, correct? What'd you have in there, Becca? Confidence? Scratch out confidence, put in your own name. Scratch out membership, put in your own name. Scratch out time, put in your own name. What you'll realize then is that time and that power, that money, that membership is you. Thank you very much, guys.
If you are struggling with building your team, running the administrative portion of your gym, or just don't know what to do with regard to your strategy, that is exactly the things that we help people with inside of Affiliate University. So if you're trying to build a better box so that you can provide more impact to more people via this thing called CrossFit, we'd love to help you. So click the link somewhere around this video, set up a call, and we'll chat with you soon.